Put it on the wrong bit.
They said hush your mouth, keep your head down low. Drink your pain, pay your tax, do what you're told. But I was raised where the rainy streets teach you to stand on your own 2 feet. Yeah, from a small town pub to the city lights, I've seen deals in smoke-filled nights. Blue suits talking like they own this land, but they never had mud on their hands. They write the rules from a golden chair while we graft all day just to breathe their air. But there's a fire in this old isle, and I won't let them steal what's mine. I don't bend for the lies they sell. I won't dance to the Westminster Bell. I'll sing true for this tired old nation. No filter, no hesitation. Raise your voice, feel that liberation. This is the Unfiltered Nation. Yeah, this is the Unfiltered Nation. Yeah. We got farms, docks, mills still standing strong. Real folk here who've been right all along. They call us crazy when we say no more, but we carry this country shore to shore. So here's to the ones who won't back down, stealing their spine and are beaten downtown. If your heart still beats for this old home soil, then you're my people in this loyal coil. No more masks, no more stage duration, no more bought and paid for stations. If you're done with scripted conversation, step into the Unfiltered Nation. Take a seat, switch on, feel the elevation. Real talk, real grit, no fabrication. You crossed the line, there's no more waiting. Welcome to the Unfiltered Nation. Yeah.
You see what's going to happen now is the left and all the mainstream medias, they are going to incorrectly call this hate speech. So they want to play that game with me. Okay, good. I'm going to play it because yes, I hate evil. I hate paedophiles. I hate cowards who trade girls for votes. I hate lies disguised as tolerance. I hate the wolves in the suits, and I hate the silence in power. And if you don't hate this too, then you're part of the problem. So this will be a righteous hate. It's what built empires, and it's what defends the innocent. And to those over there watching in Parliament in Westminster, let me remind you this. You knew, and you let it happen anyway. And now the people know too.
I hit it. I got it. You're not waiting around on a black screen for ages. I haven't done half the stuff I'm supposed to do, but at least you're not going around waiting on a black screen. Now that light is too bright. But anyway, welcome everybody. This is an impromptu one. I was supposed to be doing capitalism tonight, but I want to do this one because I don't know if you've seen my video today about joining, well, not joining. Oh, it's on bleep. I need to take this bleep off. Wait there. About joining reform. Well, not joining them, just supporting them. So I've just done a video, and it's doing the rounds. but I feel that it's important that I get the message to you as well. So I'm going to play the video in full. It's 9 minutes long, and that's a bit of a long one. But if you haven't seen it because YouTube won't share my stuff, then here's your chance to do it, because I'm going to be talking specifically about that. And then later on, if we got time, because I'm not going to do a late one today. I'm a bit on the mad one. It's been so hot today, and I think I had too much sun. Right, but if we do get round to it, I want to talk about. See, I've forgotten about it already. I want to talk about something else. What was it? Oh yeah, Andy Burnham and what he's doing with Ukraine, and I think that is absolutely scandalous, and it's probably will segue nicely into it because we can see exactly what we are dealing with, and what we're dealing with is something that we've never experienced before. On the capitalism thing, it's kind of like showing Clement Attlee as the democratic socialist, and he was. He brought all of the institutions under public ownership, but he needed to do that because we were broken after the war. So, although it was a highly socialist thing coming out, he kind of kept the capitalist bit of of free markets and private property and things like that. But Burnham, he's trying to do the same thing, but he's not going to keep any of that. He's going to go full on socialism with it, and I'll explain it, and that's why it's important. So if you have seen it, evening, Phil, how you doing? Ordnance King, what's up? That's like that advert. Remember that advert? The Budweiser. Remember that advert? Is this choppy? Let me know if the video is a bit choppy, because I think my bit rate is a bit down. What side is it? What side's really bright? It's this side, isn't it? Anyway, so you got 9 minutes. 9 minutes and a few seconds of the video. Please stay around. If you've not seen it, please stay around and watch it. If you have seen it, then obviously you can grab yourself a brew and settle down and prepare yourself to settle down for a little bit of conversations. Let me see if I've got the right one. Look at that. That's not the right one. That isn't the right one. What's the yes, Kirsten, how you doing? I hope you're well. I don't know where I put it. It's always the same, isn't it? It's always the same. Always the bloody same. Right, so that's Nigel Farage there. I don't need that one. So how is everybody anyway? How have you all been in the sun today? Have you felt it? Honestly, I felt it. I really have felt it. And do you know what else as well? Let's do a bit of conspiracy at the beginning. See, I was going around the beautiful green areas that we got around here. I'm so lucky. I'm so blessful. Right? I really am blessful, right? Because Kent is such a beautiful county. It is. It really is beautiful, as in visually beautiful. And I was walking around there. When was it? Yesterday, Sunday. I was walking around, and I was like, "Where's the green?" Everything is burnt. All the grass is burnt. Now that's probably because we've got a bit of a drought going on. We got a bit, but it's all brown. Everything's brown and hay. I'm going down the parks, brown and hay, and I'm like, I don't know. Is this is this real? Should it be like that? I've never noticed it before, but now I've seen it. I can't unsee it. What's going on, people? So it's 9 minutes and 57 seconds anyway for the video, and I want you to see it if you haven't seen it. Let's see who everyone's here. Handbrake looks okay here. All right, cool. It's just it's juttering a bit. It's stuttering a bit. I'm back on the old system as well, so I might open up the channel later on. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? A popcorn moment. Feeding a swan for my boat today. I thought I'd take a picture and put it on my profile. Look at that. I absolutely am scared of them things, honestly. Horses, cows, and swans, right? And I think it was my father, because apparently this is not real. Apparently, I don't know. It might be real, but they said a swan can do this shit with his wings and break up your arms and all that. Don't know. Not sure. Not sure. Big up Swanee. Big up Swanee. Free the swans from the immigrants trying to eat them. Right. Let me play that video. If you have seen it, again, stick around, grab yourself a brew, get yourself ready. If you haven't seen it, then please watch it, because Band again, how you doing? I hope you're well. If you haven't seen it, I want you to watch it, because I'm going to talk about it, and I need to explain it to you and in the ways that I've understood it over the last few days. So, yeah, let's go straight into it. Well, I don't know. I have no idea what's going on here. So we're just going to change it. We're just going to change it. Wait there. Why is it not working? Oh, man, see what I'm doing? See what I'm doing? This is what I tried to... No, that's not me. Oh, is that me? Oh, it is. Look, with my big open mouth. Big open mouth. Right, here we go. Let's... Oh, my camera's all over the place now. Right, let's go with this one. I have a confession to make. After everything I said about Reform UK over the last few years, after criticising them, questioning them, calling them out every opportunity I can, I think I'm going to have to back them. And believe you me, I'm going to be holding my nose while I do it. Because I haven't suddenly decided that Reform are the Messiah Party. I haven't forgotten all my criticisms over them, and I certainly haven't become a Nigel Farage fanboy like a lot of you people would say. Something else has changed, and what it is, I've realised something much more important. I don't need Reform UK to be perfect, but I do need the old political establishment broken down and smashed into pieces. And right now, Reform might be the best, worst option we've got. And that's what this video is about, because there are people like me all over this country, people who don't trust Labour, people who don't trust the Conservatives, people who don't particularly trust Reform UK either, but they desperately want change. And I think that group of people could decide what happens next in Britain. I've spent years trying to find the perfect party. Maybe it just doesn't exist. I thought UKIP was it, but they just didn't have the infrastructure behind it. So then I thought maybe the question isn't who is going to save Britain. Maybe the question's been there all the time. And it's who can break the machine that's got Britain into this mess. And that's where my thinking about Reform UK has changed. You see, I'm fully behind smashing the Uni Party. Labour, Conservative, Labour. It's political table tennis. Different rosette, same bloody disappointment. Election after election. Promises, speeches, manifestos. Somehow Britain keeps travelling roughly in the same direction. Immigration, housing, tax, public services, free speech, crime. Size of the state, trust in politics. You just pick your issue and you see that it doesn't deviate away from it, no matter who you pick. You see, people keep voting for change and then they're wondering why the destination barely changes. So eventually, you've just got to attack the structure itself. And whether I like every Reform UK policy or not, whether I trust every single person inside Reform or not, whether I agree with Nigel Farage or Zia Youssef on everything or not. They are currently one of the major forces trying to blow apart the old political arrangement. And that is what interests me. Because I'm not looking for a leader anymore. I'm looking for a battering ram. There's a massive difference. And Reform need to understand this as well, because I don't think that their next breakthrough is necessarily going to come from convincing people that Reform UK is wonderful. I think there's another argument, a huge argument. You don't have to love Reform. You don't have to put Nigel Farage posters above your bed and at your front gate. You don't have to defend every stupid thing that somebody associated with a party says. You can criticise them, you can question them, you can hold them accountable and still reach the same conclusion that right now, this is the vehicle that's most capable of disrupting the whole system. So that's where I am. And weirdly, I think that people like me might be exactly the people Reform UK hasn't understood. We're not cheerleaders, we're not loyalists, not people looking for another political tribe. We are people who are politically homeless, people who look at Labour and say no, people who look at the Conservatives and say absolutely not, people who look at Reform and say, I'm not convinced, but I'm listening. And that there is a completely different political conversation. And I think there's a huge opportunity sitting right there. And that actually brings me to something else that I haven't talked about properly for years, and that's Black White Unite. A lot of people still say to me, Dan, let's do it. But I know a lot of you people out there, the new people, you won't even know what it is. Some of you were there all along and you're right there in the trenches. And I love every single one of you because we had fun changing minds. You see, I started Black White Unite years ago around a very simple belief that Britain was deliberately being separated into this racial and political camps when ordinary people, we had far more in common than we were being told. You see, I went to places people told me I shouldn't go. I stood alongside people I was told that I should hate and that they hated me. I spoke to people the political establishment had written off. And when I did that, something fascinating happened. Because when people actually met each other face to face, a lot of that bullshit disappeared. Because I believe patriotism doesn't belong to one colour. I believe that working class frustration doesn't belong to one colour. And I believe that wanting safe streets and wanting our women and children to be safe and wanting Britain to prosper doesn't belong to one colour. Wanting our children to have a future, I don't believe that belongs to one colour either. And I certainly believe, hand on heart, that loving Britain doesn't belong to one colour. You either have the love or you don't. You're either patriotic or you're not. Because there's a lot of that loony left who are white people who hate the country more than the black supremacists. And looking at Britain now, I think I walked away from it too early. Because when I was in Parliament Square and I looked out at the crowd and I saw a whole heap of people that I didn't see in the car park of Telford, I thought, that's it. You don't need to bang on about it. It's done. It started. People's attitudes, mindsets have changed. But I think the country needs a conversation again. Actually, I think it needs it even more so than when I started. So I'm going to bring it back. And I'm going to make sure that the same patriotic people are walking away from the Labour plantation, because there are so many people who are voting Labour and they're voting Greens, and they should be, by definition, by their ideology and their attitude, they should be voting for a party like Reform UK. But they're not, because they are stuck on the plantation. The same thing as Black Lives Matter. The same thing as when they're calling anything right-wing racist. And I think I helped do it once, and I can help do it again. I've got to challenge this ridiculous idea that somebody can look in your face and know what you believe, because they can't. I've spent years proving that. I've been called every name imaginable for it. I stood at rallies on stage where people wondered, what the hell is this guy doing here? I've been attacked from the left. I've disagreed with people on the right. And guess what? I'm still here because I've always believed something very, very simple. That Britain works best when we stop seeing people as competing tribes and more as countrymen. And that is the mission. And here's where it gets interesting, right? Because Black White Unite and my decision on Reform UK actually come from the same conclusion. You see, I'm sick of political tribalism. I'm sick of being told that supporting something means that you have to worship it. I'm sick of this mentality that you either support every single thing a political party does or apparently you're the enemy. Sick of it all. No, I am backing disruption. I'm backing the disruption of this Labour conservative merry-go-round that is just continually happening. And I'm backing the possibility that British politics can finally be shaken so hard that politicians will start listening to we, the people. But reform or the establishment, I hear you screaming. Okay, cool. If reform becomes part of the establishment, I'll come for them too. If they betray what they promised, I'll come for them too. If they get something wrong, I'll say it. My loyalty isn't to Reform UK. My loyalty is to Britain. That's why this isn't me joining a cult. This is me making a political calculation. Reform doesn't need me pretending that I love them and they're perfect. And frankly, Britain doesn't need another Reform cheerleader on YouTube. There are enough of them, believe you me. What might actually be useful is somebody prepared to say, I've criticised these people, I still have reservations, but on the biggest question facing British politics right now, and that is breaking the old system, I'm prepared to stand alongside them. And that's a much harder position to dismiss easily, because I haven't forgotten what they've said. I'm not deleting the old videos. It's all there. I'm not deleting my social media. I'm not going to try and rewrite history. Show the criticism, show the arguments, show how much I disliked Reform UK and for what reasons why, because that's precisely my point. I haven't changed my principles. I've changed my calculation. And I suspect that I am not the only person in Britain that's going to be arriving at that conclusion. So that's where I stand. I'm backing Reform in their attempt to smash the Uni Party, and I'm going to hold them accountable while I do it. And Black White Unite is coming back, and we are going to try and smash the plantation that the Labour Party hold, not because everybody suddenly needs to start to agree, but because Britain desperately needs people who disagree to start talking with each other again. No racial tribes, no political worship, no Messiah parties, Britain first, country before party. And if Reform really wants to change British politics, then people like me should not be their enemy. We should be their test. Because winning over somebody who already loves you proves nothing. The real breakthrough happens when somebody who has spent years criticizing you finally says, I'm not convinced with everything you say, but do you know what? I'm in. I'm prepared to fight. Yes, I am in. Right, so that's the video that was there. Sorry, these lights are really, really bright. So
It's approximately 2:36 on a calm
wind. Come on, we don't want to do no auto play. Yeah, I've just been watching the chat as well. We'll go through that thing with Nigel Farage and that Zach Polinsky, because it's important that these things are held accountable to. But with the Reform UK, one of the things that I have listened to people talking and all sorts of things, and I've always said that, you know what, yeah, that's not my party. And then it dawned on me, and I was like, it doesn't have to be my party. It doesn't have to be a party that I agree with 100%. Remember when everyone was talking about how they have to hold their nose to vote for whatever party it was at the time, one of the parties that have disappeared, no doubt. And that's what I feel that we have to do, because if we want to truly smash the Labour Conservative dominance, then we have to just say, do you know what? Who's the best place? Now, if it comes down to an election and Restore Britain is the best place, guess what? I'm going to say we've got to hold our nose. We've got to vote for the people who are best positioned to win. And this is where I feel that Reform, they don't do very well, because they do want you to love them as a party. They do want you to love them as people. And I feel if I can go out there and I can kind of lobby them and saying, listen, these are the people who you need, who are not going to be fanboys here, but we understand the mission. It's us versus them. It's the people versus the establishment, and we will have to hold our nose. So it's not like, oh, Dan, you've been splitting the vote all this time, and now suddenly you do. This is the seriousness of it. This is the seriousness of it, and I do think that with the vehicle of Reform UK, we can't beat that. The people are speaking. People are saying, and regardless of how people say, oh, they're limousine liberals or whatever, countryside Tories, yes, they probably are, but they're still in pole position to win, and we do need to get around that. And with the Black White Unite thing, just like what we was doing in the rallies, we need the 19% of ethnic people. Right, I think it's actually black. I don't think it's ethnics, because they all went to the Green Party, which is good. We know where they're sitting. We know where they're staying. But we need to take these out of Labour, and we need to just work for this one election and see what happens. Again, we don't have to like them. We don't have to love them. We don't have to support everything that they do. But we have to put pressure on them. We've got to be loud. We've got to be everywhere they are. They do a conference, we go to conference. They go and do, something in the town hall, we go to the town hall. Kent, we will be in, obviously Maidstone, they have the council. I'll be there all the time. holding them to account, making sure that they know that we're not going to let them run away with it. They're our chance and we are their chance. So I hope people can understand it, and I hope people get on board with it. And if you do, I think we can change things, because I know what this country is like. I know what the people, I speak to people day in, day out, and they're still saying, a lot of them are still saying, like, oh no, we wouldn't do reform. A lot of the people that I speak to, UKIP had a great opportunity here in Kent, great opportunity, but they squandered it. But I know a lot of people, when I speak to them, and when they see a different party come in, they know to vote again. You look at the next local elections, it's not going to be Labour or Conservatives. It's going to be Restore and Reform, no doubt, in the locals, right? No doubt it will, because people are prepared now to vote differently. Let me just go to the chat. Most of Reform's policies were made up well before Nigel joined them and will be there after he's gone. Reform's policies are solid. We are going to go. I said to Band again a couple of weeks back that I will start looking at their policies, and I think that is a lot of my mindset. I have looked at policies. I have looked at where they're going and who did what, when, where, how. So yeah, smash the like, man. We got to get the algo up. Let's smash this algo, man. Let's do it. I've been putting out shorts. You see my shorts? I've been putting out shorts of the live streams, and guess what? They are going out there. But you put a long form video out there, no. So let's get the likes up. Everyone just hit the like. It's free. You don't have to do nothing. If you want to buy a coffee, it's all linked there. It's not even linked there, I don't think. But if it is, click it. Or go on to buy me a coffee, Danny Roscoe. Because we need to do this together. We need to make sure that we win. So when my daughter, right, the girls are under 10, right? When they have their children and they're doing history, I want them to look at this period of time and say, these people fought. These people fought. And like the capitalism video that I was going to do, and I think it's a bit too much of a deep dive for people who don't really understand. For people who understand, like, oh, capitalism is just, getting yourself rich. It's so much more than that. But we, in this generation of people, we haven't got real capital to give to our children. We don't have real accumulated wealth to give to our children. But what we can give to our children is the fact that we fought, the fact that we did change something. We were the generation that voted in Reform UK, and then that led to Restore Britain, and then that led to the Christian Alliance Party, and then that led to somewhere else, and the Tories and Labour disappeared. They had 100-year, spike on politics. They fucked the country up, and now we're just going from alternative to alternative, but we have really good policies. That's what I hope. Hold them to account for sure, 100%. It's not one. As I say, I'm probably it's the best worst party. I said these things on purpose. They weren't, a slip of the tongue. I say it on purpose because, when them people, the Reform crew, when they see it, they know I'm not going to be somebody who's just like, yes, yes, yes. No, 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 no. As I said, we need them and they need us. So let's get back to how politics used to be. They're our servants. They're going to serve us. And we are going to make sure that they get into Parliament. Greens sunk big time in the polls. That's given Labour a mini boost. I think it's Burnham, to be fair. Burnham's got a very good social media presence at the moment. Something like what Restore Britain have as well. They have a very, very powerful social media. And social media is the new propaganda channels. It's the new BBC. It will be probably 10, 15 years. People will be looking back at X and saying, well, did they influence elections? Was it because of someone somewhere wanted something somehow and they influenced an election? They built the algorithm, because that's what it's done on. It's the algorithm. So if you're pop, and I know this for a fact, this isn't even it's not even like a conspiracy theory. I've seen it twice happen where people or accounts can be in a positive algorithm constantly. So X can potentially put only the right people that they want to push forward. Say Restore Britain, they want to push them forward. They allow them the algorithm. They allow the creators to make a lot of money. Then with that money, they're like, oh, all I'm doing is sharing posts. I'm doing little bits of videos here and there. I'm not doing it. I'm probably working 2-3 hours a day, and I'm nearly getting my monthly income. That's how it works. Big up everybody over on Kick. I don't like the arcade type interface, but I'm getting used to it as his government tries to silence, shadow ban prominent voices on YouTube. Big up, Kirsten. Everyone come over to Kick. Let's get the Kick going. Let's get Kick going. You're going to hear my voice very, very briefly, but it's important as well. This is part of it, right? Go to places where they don't want us. Restore. Why do I keep saying restore? Reform are getting kicked badly by the government, by the establishment. So let us go there because they don't want us there. Why don't they want us there? What possibly could it be that they don't want? Here I am. I have the worst facial expressions, don't I? So here it is, and it is probably not that one. Oh, probably got the stream key in there somewhere. What am I? Where am I going? View my channel. There we go. View my channel. It doesn't even come up. It's I'll put it in the chat. It's Danny Unfiltered or something like that. I kind of it's Danny. It's Danny Dash Unfiltered. Come over to Kick and let us. Oh, what's going on here, man? Sorry, we got to do some housework. We have to do housework. I moved that. This will have to do for now. This will have. I've fucked it all up, haven't I? I've done it all up. So that is reform done, I think. Let me just go through a few more channel. Wake Up UK, how you doing, my friend? Restore will never take the Middle England. I don't think it would. To be fair, I don't think. And this is a thing as well. I've been looking at for other videos. I've been looking at things, and I've noticed that this country is very much what Nigel Farage is giving. It's very much it's a central ground company. I wouldn't say centrist. I say centre ground country. People like to be. They like to sit on a fence a little bit, to be fair, until they get angry. And when they get angry and they don't get listened to, they'll go one way or another. And there's never really been another party that they've been able to go to. So they will go to Conservatives to, give Labour a blood nose and this vice versa. This is what they do. There's never actually been this period of time when there's actually been legitimate other parties that they could say, do you know what, we could change the whole system. Let's just go and do it. But it's never been a radically right or left party. Like I said, with Clement Attlee, when he came out and he said, listen, we are going, right, just imagine this, 1945. Britain's broken, absolutely broken. Clement Attlee saying, do you know what? We are going to take over all the infrastructure. We're going to get the coal, we're going to get the gas, we're going to do all of these things, the trains, we're going to buy it all. And on top of that, we're going to give you a welfare state. And do you know what? Just because we've got absolutely nothing, we're going to give you the NHS, right? It's kind of like, what? In that whole period of time, that is a very, 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 Venezuela tried to do that and they got caught out. They didn't get caught out because they're socialists. They got caught out because of the oil prices. They backed it all on oil, and then the oil prices crashed and then the economy crashed. But we backed ourselves. And Who's joined the family? Welcome, Liz Thompson. Welcome to the family. I tried to get him to say something else then. But you know it, and it's always been that central ground thing. And when things have happened, it's like, well, hang on a minute, that's a bit too far. It's been done in a way where it's kind of kept its central ground. So I wouldn't say any type of radical right or radical left party would work. And you know that was a problem with UKIP as well. And I wished, honestly, if UKIP, I really do wish UKIP have a rise in the polls, because they are a party that for the last 30 years has given the UK so much. Muslims are a Trojan horse. All right, let's do this one, right? Let's do this one, but it's not on that. It is on my browser. Here we go. So this one here, right? We all remember this, because this was a time when it says Muslims are Trojan horse, they will vote with anyone to open the gates. Right? This is what Nigel said. We all remember this.
But the nub of it is, we have a Muslim population in Britain growing by about 75% every 10 years. Right? That's just where we are.
Mm-hmm.
If we politically alienate the whole of Islam, we will lose. We'll lose.
So how does one include
We
them?
will lose. By 2050, goodness knows what kind of a terrible state we're going to be in.
And that was
But
there.
the nub of it is,
And that was what really annoyed a lot of people. Why am I so zoomed in? That is what annoyed a lot of people. But once you look at it now, with just a different let's get Nigel. He's bringing in through the black doors and all of that. Yeah, what he's actually saying is we can't alienate Islam, which I don't think that we can't think that's a correct move, actually, to be sure. Because if we alienate Islam, then what they're going to do is they're going to vote for the people that they want to do their bidding for them, like the Green Party. They're going to vote for them in their millions, and then they will circumvent the whole thing. They don't care. We've alienated them, saying, yeah, whatever, this is the situation. They've gone on their own way, but they are very, very much a collective. They are very much, a unit. And they start, and we've seen it with the Green Party, they start voting on Gaza, they start voting on this, and they start pressuring. You got to remember, Andy Burnham, his whole team is the London Muslim Network or the local Muslim network? I've done a live stream on it. But they're connected to the Muslim Council of Britain. So the orders come down from there, and Labour, even though they say they don't work with them or they don't do anything with them, they are the ones who are doing the bidding. So Nigel probably is right by saying we cannot alienate them. And it doesn't mean that we're going to bow down to them. It just means, listen, it's better we know where the fox is, rather than shoot a miss. Fox runs away, goes underground, comes up in the middle of the chicken coop. I think that's, if we look at it from them eyes, I think he might have been right, and a lot of people might have been told to think a different way, let's just say. But yeah, I'm agreed with that. London Kane, we all need to play a part, and AYA and a hand in getting people who don't vote, don't know how to sign up. Let's do little workshops and help them to be able to vote. It helps. Yes and no. I'm a big believer in we should all vote. Obviously, Andy Burnham is saying that he's going to fine people £10 if you don't vote. But the problem is this, and then this is the lobbying that would have to happen, is people don't vote not because they don't want to, is because of the way that we are now, and we are a very much credit first society. We used to be. We used to be able to save money for things. Now we're not able to save money, so we have to do it on credit. A lot of people, they don't pay their credits, or they can't, or something's happened. They've had an injury. The government's not supported them. They've gone well behind with all their bills. You know, there's some people who just don't pay for stuff, and there's some people with genuine reasons why, and they don't want that bailiff to knock on the door. And because the voting register is open to the credit, what is it, Equifax and Experian, they then sell it on to credit to debt collectors. People just don't want to do that. So if you want people to vote, you're going to have to remove that from it. And it should be as well. You shouldn't get penalized in any way, shape, or form. And that's including having an ID. Oh, some people might not. All right, cool. Let's just not have the ID then. Right? It's not that much of a bigger problem. The bigger problem is postal voting. Right? So if you want to worry about IDs in there, let's worry about postal voting. Let's eliminate any type of negativity away from voting, or you having something negative, your life being negatively impacted. But I agree, we should be doing these workshops. We should be allowing people to do it, and we should really allow and let people know the precise time to get your polling card, because potentially you can get your polling card 6 to 8 weeks before the election. It has to come in time, or you have to be on the list. If you put it in by the time, as soon as the election's done, you can get yourself off of it. Don't know. It's a better thing, to be fair. Reform will win the next general election. Farage will retire. We'll have Zia Yusuf as the Muslim Prime Minister in this country. Yeah, I'm a believer of that would happen. But I'm also a believer if we are always fighting and being scared and worried. Listen, someone said it on my ex. Someone said it on my ex, right? During Black Lives Matter, I was telling people, listen, be proud of being a white supremacist, because the blacks are saying that you're supreme to them. You're not going to bend your knee to them. You're not going to do X, Y, and Z to them. That's why they're calling you a white supremacist, and they are making it some racial connotation to it. So you would be, you'd feel in a way. But what they're really saying is, you are supreme to them. So take the bow, all right? Take it on your chin. Say, yeah, of course. Be proud of it. So we can't just be saying, oh, we can't do this because of if that happens, we have to deal with it. But what we have to deal with predominantly is to smash the two-state system, because we have two choices, but it's very, very clear that those two choices are the same people behind them. So we're going to have to take a punt on that. We're going to have to take a punt. Do you know what? We're going to smash the system. Labour's going to be out. Tories are going to be out. And we're going to have a Restore Britain reform front and shadow. I think that would be a win. Oh, hang on a minute. Nigel's just retired. Zia's coming. Now we've got this Muslim guy in there. All right, cool. Let's just deal with it. How do we deal with it? Okay, as members of that party, let's all get together and put in the required amount of votes, if it's possible, to then have a leadership election. There's always ways around things. This is me being positive. I'm on a positive thing at the moment. Starmer never banned under 16-year-olds from the left-wing platform Blue Sky. I don't know about much about that. I went on there once and it was so racist. I was like, what? I was like, should I just come on and document it? I was just like, it was retarded racism, though. Very much retarded stuff. Turnout was low in our borough for an election, only 43%. We've got to double that. We've got to bring it up to 88. We've got to double that. We've got to double these things. And this is what Burnham's thinking. If I force everyone to vote, and then I put a none of the above on there, which kind of it should have had anyway. If we put none of the above on there, then we can be kind of legitimate, thinking that people will just go in there to say none of the above. I don't think they would. If you had an amnesty on the bailiffs, I think people would come in force. It was embarrassing. I've never been over Blue Skies. It's for lefty bedwetters. Oh man, it's crazy. I haven't been there. When it first opened, James O'Brien went over there, right? And James O'Brien banned me from his ex. It pissed me right off. So I went over there just to troll him. And my God, I wasn't prepared. Let's just say that. But the war did create lots of doctors and nurses. It helped, but they built a new system. They built a whole new system. Never, ever in the entire world of this country had there been an NHS free at the point of need. It needed to happen because a lot of people were fucked up over the war, right? So it needed to happen. It probably were pushed rather than and said, "Oh, this is a great thing." But again, it was something that we had, and we managed to create a beautiful thing out of it. British people have forgotten that uniqueness of their identity, where the modern world would not be how it is now if it wasn't for England. And that is a powerful statement, but it's true as well. The Industrial Revolution, we had the best steel, we had some of the best coal. Everything this country provided was the best. And I think that's when the Americans, why they have that same attitude, because their DNA comes from England. Maybe not, who knows? But I'm a firm believer of it. Restore Britain's policy. Oh, they're never voting for Nigel. Restore Britain's policy are the only ones for me. Thanks for explaining that to me, Danny. It makes sense why people are worried to vote for them reasons. Exactly. You know, it needs to, it really does. And it's not a, we still have that kind of shame, don't we? We have that shame culture. It's not as bad as what it used to be, you know, in the 50s, 60s, 70s, where it was a real bad shame culture. But obviously we didn't have credit lines back then. It wasn't open as open as it was. We wasn't backing failing things, as in we, the government. But there still is that shame of people saying, "Oh, you know, we've got the bailiffs here and blah blah." There's still that shame inside of it, and people just won't vote. They won't bother saying why. They'll just be like, "Oh, do you know what? It's no one to vote for." When they're really inside thinking, "Do you know what? It's going to really screw me over," and it shouldn't be. That's terrible. Photo ID is compulsory at poll stations now, and poll clerks can ask people with their faces covered to show their identity to verify the photo ID. Again, exactly. But they wouldn't do it to the Muslims, would they? Just putting it out there. Just putting it out there. All right? Just putting it out there. I hope everyone's liked, shared, subscribed, and done all that good stuff. Right. That is restore, reform. I'm not used to saying these words. That is Reform UK segment over. Now let's get into this one. Actually, that's not actually because I want to go through this. I want to go through this reform thing. Is it reform? No. Do you know what? I'm going to put you up here. You're there. I'm going to browser. Hopefully, see this. I need to sort this out. We've got new people in here today. We have new family members, and look what I'm doing. Oh, man, but they'll get used to it. You lot are already used to it. Everyone here is just like, this is just standard. Every time. This is just standard. We're used to it. We're used to it now. But we've got new members in here. They're not used to it. Right. Ooh, that's not even on that. Oh, there we go. That will do. That will do. Right. What is this? Oh, we're going through my notification. Let's go through. Let's see who's trolling me. Is anyone trolling me? Oh, we are live on X. Share it. If you're watching this on X, share it. Share it. What was trying to look for? Nigel Farage, wasn't it? And Zach Polinsky. And this is how you know I'm really, really bad at X, because what's this? A more in common survey. All right. Put Labour at 28%, up 4 points, while Reform fell to 24 points, down to marking Labour's first lead. That's the Burnhams bounce that they were talking about. It's always going to happen. They're going to have a lot of Green Party members, and yeah, it's a nonsense, really. Trying to run before you walk. What's this to? And look at this, right? So look at this. 24,000 people have seen this, right? And I can guarantee you, if I look on my YouTube, I've barely got 100. So it's not the video, is it? It's the YouTube. Brilliant said. Anyway, Nigel Farage. Let's not go into it. Nigel and Zach. Nope, not crack. Not crack, people. Zach. Right, here we go. We've got it. Oh, I'm off that one. Right, we have got it. We're back in the room. Can you see that? Do I need to go one more? Am I on 250? I don't think I'll go one more. No, that's quite a bad one. I'm not going that far down. Nigel and Zach. Wait, we will get there. We will get there. So this is the one that we're talking about here. So we've got Zach Palensky. He was the one who shared this. He retweeted it or whatever that is. He did it. And this is what this guy's got on with his LGBTIQ alphabet mafia hat on, which he'll claim that's not. He'll claim it's something different. We're only making plans for Nigel with the guillotine. Now, in the political era that we're in, we shouldn't be fearing our politicians, our people who hold office, that openly people are wanting them dead. All right, cool. We can just say, Diana's a bit too liberal. But when it actually happens, when Joe Cox, when Sir David Amess, now Anne Whitcomb, all political, MPs, ex-MPs, they've been murdered based on politics. Whatever politics it is, it's been based on politics. And we're the people that are saying, hang on, our public servants need to be seeing us more. They need to be knocking on our doors. They need to be doing this, but they can't because it's dangerous. If you're not even if you're in the wrong area, if you post a post to the wrong area and you start getting Antifa and it's only on the right, they're going to say, well, Joe Cox, she was a lefty and she was done by a radical. I'm not believing the full story. I'm not going to lie. It seemed a bit too convenient then putting Tommy Robinson into the frame very, very quickly. So let's just say it happens on both sides then. Allegedly. But more than likely, it happens to the right-wing people. So we can't be allowing people like him going on his wherever it is, probably was from Blue Sky, saying we're only making plans for Nigel. Failing that, Zach Palensky, whatever, the tit whisperer, he's endorsing it. Who's in his parties? Radical people on all persuasions. It's probably the most radical party. It's got the alphabet mafia in there. It's got the Islamists in there. It's got the Greenpeace people in there. It's got the animal writers in there. Some of these people don't mess around. Antifa's in there. They do not mess around. So that does need to be sorted out. And I hope that the police come and do, they do what they have to do and they arrest him. Oh, we can't arrest MPs or leaders of political parties. But they did during COVID with Johnson. And they did, I think, even Starmer maybe got in there with his beer with Angela Rayner, who someone here earlier on I didn't say about, has got her job back, her old job back in housing after taking a £17,000 severance and refusing to pay the money that she owes in the house. The tit whisperer should be nicked by the old bill for posting it. 100%. No to crack to Zach. And he's doing the same thing as well. I don't know if any of you people understood about the Mam Dammy social media campaign that he does quite regularly, and how he used social media as propaganda, obviously, to get himself into the mayor of New York. Now, one of the things that went around it was like, are you going to go and visit Israel? Clearly, he's not, right? Clearly, he's not. But he didn't come and give a bullshit answer. He was just like, do you know what? New York City is my, it's my city. I'm not going to leave here. Why should I leave here to go on holiday or to do X, Y, and Z? That went around social media so fast that people thought that he was a new Barack Obama. This is what these people do. And we have to be very, very careful of not falling into the trap, not falling into it and being, oh, you know what? That's actually not the right policy. Because Burnham's the king of that. Burnham, I'm telling you, he's going to get a plane full of the worst illegals and he's going to fly them out and everyone's going to clap. I promise you that's what's going to happen. I don't know when, probably maybe Christmas, maybe next year. He will do it. And everyone will be like, oh, maybe he's different. Maybe he's not a globalist. Maybe he's not in the Tony Blair Institute. Maybe he's not in with all the other lobby groups and everyone else. Maybe his team, who is close to the Mamdani team, maybe that they are not as close, and the Muslim Council of Britain don't actually control them, and people like AOC do not have a direct line to them. All these propagandists over in America, all the propagandists here, they're all working hand in hand. And we've even got people saying it's a good idea of what's happened. It's really good what happened. YouTube's been shadow banning prominent voices for a while now. Anyone who supports Tommy. I think Tommy's getting his stuff out there. I see more Tommy stuff than I do Paul Thorpe. Why is his t-shirt blotted out? It's not blotted out. It's not blotted out. Maybe it's your eyes. It's going backwards. You know what? Sometimes it goes so far forward. I zoom in so far, it starts going backwards and goes smaller. Oh, there. Oh, dickhead. Why have you done it for? What's this guy? Nigel Farage just accused Zach Balansky of posting this image on Instagram showing someone in a t-shirt with a cartoon. Let's all... Wait. Of a cartoon depicting a guillotine and something about waiting for Farage. Well, actually, bruv, that's not what happened. And it says, we are only making plans for Farage. That's why he blocked it out. Because even he knew it's a terrible thing that the guy did and he can't condone it. So what does he do? He pretends he's not there. Well, I didn't know. I didn't blur this picture. No. It wasn't me, bro. I'm just posting this picture. I don't even know what the picture is that I'm commenting about. Shares a picture. Oh my God. Right, so he's done that. So what did Burnham do? What did Burnham do? I don't know if this is AI. I don't think it is, though. This is AI, people. I'm not sure. Burnham manages in good condition. Breaks a man. What? We've got to watch these people.
Est-ce que tu te penses intelligent en faisant ça?
She's French. She's French, and apparently this one, Barbara Butch interrupts her music and berates a man because he's not dancing the way she likes. Yeah. I don't like the way you like. Blunt just paid my mind. Andy Burnham, DJ. Was it real? Maybe it wasn't real. Come on, chat. Let me know. I know what a Teletubby. Here. But I'm going to tell you something in a minute. I believe it's real. Right? I believe this is real. So I'm saying this in good faith. He's doing exactly the same thing as Zach Palensky doing. They've got the same ideology. They've got the same outlook. But look at this, right? This is what the world's seeing about our Prime Minister. And again, I'm going to go back to Nigel Farage and Zia Yusuf, right? So Zia, this is the only time that you've got a bly with me. I'm probably going to do loads and loads, but today, would you prefer to see on the world stage where there's TV people and all sorts of people from all over the world seeing a Nigel Farage that the worst thing that he does is goes to the pub and smokes a cigarette? Funny that's Restore's policy as well. Amazing. And Zia Yusuf is always wearing a suit and he's lording it about. Or would you prefer this? Because this is what we've currently got. He's a sixth form politics student that somehow manipulated the system to get himself into power. It's crazy. I know who I prefer. I'd take Nigel and Zia all day. I'd take him all day long. All day long. What do you reckon? What would you do? If he leans forward anymore, she'll take a roll like a weevil. You remember the weevils? It's real. Danny Burnham loved the killer tune. There was another one that I saw, and he was karaokeing some. It must have been the Stone Roses or something like that. It's absolute crazy. Look, this is what we're dealing with. Would you prefer that or Nige? Come on, be honest with yourself. Sit down when you go to sleep and say, who would I prefer?
Need to know that the cavalry is coming. This is, to me, our heritage. It's working class culture. Once pubs are gone, there.
And also, what we need to do is at these places, and he was at Gravesend the other day, and no one knew about it, so maybe it's not possible. But if we do get wind that he's gonna be somewhere, we have to be like the Not My King crew, be there with the same banners, the same placards, and just stand there and just make him know that we're onto him.
They don't come back. So we've just got to signal what support when we can. That's why I've made this early announcement. This is a significant cut to the business rates that pubs and other venues pay. It could make the difference for a number of venues that are struggling, and it was right to confirm it quickly because, as I say, so much good happens bringing communities together, and when these places are gone, they don't come back, and we can't afford to lose anymore. We're losing.
We can't. But do you really think that people like Andy Burnham really wants us to be in the pubs talking? They really want us to be able to speak away from social media, to do what we used to do, to then take it back to the factory floors. Let me see if I can get it. It's something my man used to always talk about. The poll tax riots up in Trafalgar Square. My old man said there was never meant to be that many people there. Never meant to be. Probably meant to be 5,000-6,000 people. Hundreds of thousands of people. What? Oh, yeah, sir. Hundreds of thousands of people turned up. And that was before, because they used to go onto obviously they had the foreman of the factory floors. The unions were kind of with the people. They weren't lefty people. And this is what happens when manual workers come out and make their voices known. And my old man always said there were not meant to be that many people, but because that many people were angry with the poll tax, but they were able to speak in the social clubs, on the shop floors, everywhere they were. And then all of a sudden, what happened? All of those industries slowly but surely have been taken away from the people. Oh, I'm gonna like this. Look, they weren't messing about. Look at the piece, to be fair.
To the west, I'll get down mine and pray for myself. To a star where they took their part, but you didn't turn up in your artillery room. And run with his hairs on your chest. What time have you got? It's a try on a cross.
Listen, this is ordinary men, ordinary men that said no. And what happened to the poll tax? They rebranded it the council tax, but the poll tax didn't. And do you know what? Let's not condone violence, because you know what the people are like. I'm not condoning violence, to be fair. That's the way that it happened. You know, they had a riot and it was under control. But the point of the matter is from them. They didn't want people, they didn't want men talking. The unions, they started turning left. Yeah. So when Burnhams saying that he wants to do this cut the VAT, let's see what happens where he puts the prices up on other stuff. Oh, let's keep the price higher petrol, because you ain't got petrol, you ain't really go to the town centre, you can't drink and drive clearly, but hence the praise. We're all Palestinians. We are just different stages of our genocide. People are wild. I've really lost the plot of this thing, but look at this. He's shared my video and said, hence the phrase, we are Palestinians. We are just in different stages of our genocide. I have no idea what that means. But anyway, let's go to the chat a little bit. What have we got? Once we're taking our country back, we're taking the pubs back. The pubs should never have gone, though, should they? You know, when you see the Americans, I want to go to a pub. The only reason I want to go to a pub, because they ain't got that in America. You go to like Australia, yeah, it's the Anglosphere, but they haven't got it like we've got it. Like St Albans. St Albans was a brilliant place growing up. So there was I don't know how many pubs. I think it's 100 pubs in a square mile or whatever. There's a pub crawl anyway. You go through all these old pubs, and literally in St Albans, you got one at the bottom of the hill, you got one in the middle of the hill, then you got the Fleur de Leurs, whatever it's called. Then you have the Peacock here. Then you go up here, there's another pub, and they're all, well, at that time, they were all making money. They were all busy at different periods of time, and you know the younger lads, we went to different places. Right at the top, you had like a all bar one or something like that, and they were all busy. You could never do the pub crawl because there's too many pubs. There's one drink in the pub, you were splotto by the time you got to the Fighting Cocks. But this is what we do. This is what we had. So it always should be protected. Always should have been protected. It's sacrilege, really, why and how they've managed to destroy the pub trade. COVID wiped it out. The nightclub, you know, how are young guys meeting up with girls? Because what we used to do, a lot of us, we used to go to the nightclubs. Go to the club, then you got the fresh and fit crew saying, "Oh, I'll never pick up a girl from a club." But where they're doing it now, because the pubs are closed or they're not busy, the clubs are near enough extinct. So you're doing it all online. So when you do it online, you're not having that conversation, not that banter. All right, darling. Ah, what was it? I can't remember now. Did you fall from heaven? Oh man, everyone's saying I'm beautiful. No, because you look like you got fell on your face, or whatever, or whatever. These bits of banter, right? You don't get it online, do you? So I don't know what the kids are doing. It's probably why the kids are a little bit tapped because they're not actually doing anything. Nigel will look after the pubs. You're right. You're right. He will do. And it's funny. It just dawned on me why Restore was so eager about the pubs. It's all fixed and rigged. It probably is. The police riot shields. Oh, they were little like circles. They're like Captain America shields. You remember them well? Say no more. Andy couldn't run Manchester. Look at the state of it. So he won't be able to run the country. But he's not running the country. This is the thing, people. He's not running the country. It's the Muslim Council of Britain. I'm pretty sure it's the Muslim Council of Britain. And I'm going to find out. I'm going to get that evidence. But right now, I'm 75% sure that it is signed. It's been a signed agreement. Council tax. What it was, wasn't it? Poll tax, council tax. They say violent protests don't work, but he did in Belfast as the illegal immigrants were moved out of the UK. Do you know what works more? I'm not going to stand here and I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to be one of these YouTubers that are going to be like, oh, we need a civil war. I'm not going to be one of these streamers. And this is why my content doesn't go as far as it should do. Is because I don't like to dramatize it. I like to be quite, here's the boring stuff. You look at it yourself and you get what you need from it. But here's the actual truth, and it's fucking boring. You know, I spent the whole of Black Lives Matter educating myself on Marxism, doing these shitty night school things online. It's not even a night school. What was it? It was like you log into it, right? You pay, I think I paid £200 or something to learn about Marxism. You log into it, and then it's kind of like a video. It unlocks a video. It teaches you about this thing. That was during Black Lives Matter when I should have been out there defending and doing a lot more. But I knew in my head, these people are Marxists, and if we can attack the ideology, the person has got nothing. And it worked. That's what happened. We all started doing little bits of Marxism. Yeah, what about this? What about that? All the people in America, and it suddenly started just to fall down. So that's what we need to do. And so I'm not going to say, yeah, violent protests do work to a degree, but we've seen they just arrest people and put you in prison. So it kind of defeats the point. But where the EDL was so good when they first started is there was a presence there. The police didn't actually know what was going to happen. They're saying, well, actually, to the shopkeepers, board up your shops. The EDL are coming. Right? And they weren't really out and out violent. If they got attacked, they would defend themselves. If the Muslim Defense League come, they would defend themselves. If people come down, you know, in their cars with bomb-making kits and all of that type of stuff, they would have defended themselves any way they could. But they weren't going there to riot. But the thought that they didn't know, the thought of the unknown, the bully tactics, the bully, you don't know if he's strong or not, but he's got presence, right? You don't really want to test it. And suddenly someone smacks him up and he has got nothing. That guy is not the bully anymore. That guy is getting bullied by everyone. And that's what it is, because you don't know what's going to happen. So when my problem is with protests and things like that, when it's like, oh, we've got to be peaceful, we've got to do this and do the... You've done it from the start. You've destroyed it. And this is a game with the left. They don't know who's coming. They don't know if Antifa's coming down there. They don't know if it's going to be, you know, the black supremacists. They don't know if it's hope. They don't know. And it's that thought of the unknown that makes a protest work. And all else fails, There's a lot of young men there. I think we've got a bit of protection anyway if people want to go on like tyrants. Some of the comebacks from Birds was funny. Yeah, I know. I had some mad times. I had some real. Do you know? Watford's a funny place as well. It's a funny place as well. Danny, be careful. You can't chat to women. I know, right? It's all sexual offences and all that type of stuff now, isn't it? Oh, don't wolf whistle me. Don't wolf. We used to spin the car around. Or wolf whistle from the car. We spin it around. We make sure that was for you. Or fascinating info. I vaguely remember the loot. I wonder what they sold for. What was it? What's this? Yay, they had them all snatched. The riot shields were for sale in the loot for months. I don't know. When the loot magazine, like the free ads, wasn't it? Wasn't it like that? A shitty little advertisement paper. Everyone at their locals helped with community connection. Yes, exactly. You knew who people were. You know, even down here, I know George, George can always come and ask me for anything. Old man George. How'd you meet him? You meet him in the pubs. I always do it. I love it. Absolutely love it. When I see old men in the pubs, and they're normally on their own. So, that they've probably lost their wife, but they've got a story to tell. I like just to, contact's coming out now. I like just to sit down, offer them a drink, tell me what it was like. I want to know what the world was like before I was born. And they'll just talk for hours. You have such a brilliant conversations. You get such a good connection. And if you live in the small communities, it's a very small community. You kind of know each other anyway. But I would assume, even if you're in a bigger community, you'd always know who that person is. So when you see him down the road, carrying his bags, it's a cliche, I know, carrying the bags home. But that's what we do. I still do it now. If I see an old woman and she's struggling, I'm always going to offer to help. But the sad thing is, nobody wants help from the street anymore because they don't actually know what your ulterior motive is. Everyone's got to be on their guard. It's absolutely disgusting. That's what we need to roll back. That's what we need to get back. We need to get that trust-based society back. And we never are going to do it in the next 2 or 3 generations, unfortunately. Probably the children who are not born now are the ones going to benefit most from what we are doing now. It's the old tree. Plant a tree. You plant a tree in your garden because not because you're going to, benefit from from the shade, but you know that a future generation is going to benefit from it. There's plenty of lampposts in Westminster that will sort out the country. More qualified than the doctors we've got. I'm not sure what this is. University of Crumpsall, located above the chicken store. Oh man, that's the legal immigration. It's wild, man. The legal immigration is so wild. Did we went through it? Because I went through this months ago, months and months and months ago. Absolutely months ago. And then all of a sudden it's coming out now. And I was like, why didn't it hit? Maybe I'm just too ahead of the game. I don't mind it though, because you lot know what's going on when you see it. Take Westminster back. The legal lie. Here we go. Let me just put it on. It might go blank. If it goes blank, bear with me. Oh no, it hasn't. It's gone to this guy. I had a really bad feeling in it. I bet you lot did as well, didn't you? You lot were like, you lot were like, what dodge is he bringing here, bruv? What dodge is he bringing? What am I doing? Display, window capture. That'll do. Let's do that. The legal lie. I did this ages ago, so you lot are going to be like, we've already done this, bruv. We've already been through this presentation. No more presentations. No more. Right. Look at this, though. I'll get to the right bit. Everyone's watching the boats, but nobody's watching the 141,504. I even get the number right of active UK sponsor licenses. So that's 121,710 skilled workers. 86% of these visas are classed as a skilled worker. And we've got 1,899 who are classed as ministers of religion. But then if we look at what skilled worker looks like, Platinum Pizza in Bolton, the Nepal Dine in Beeston, H&H Kitchens, trading as Caprino's Pizza, Charcoal Chicken Leeds. These are the people who can do the sponsorships. And you got 5,000 sponsors in IT and tech, which you'd get. You say, yeah, that is a skilled job. Then you go care homes and social care. And I know some of the people who dispense medicines and things like that are highly skilled, but most of the people, they're not highly skilled. But what they do is they get them from Africa and they bring them here and they say, if you're here for 5 years, you get yourself. Yo, you know what? The Shelbys have spoken. They've spoken. Tommy said to me that UTK I Don't Care has joined the membership, joined the resistance. Thank you for joining the resistance. It helps me being able to put more stuff out for you lot. So thank you for joining us on the membership. And again, when I get a lot of members, if we can make YouTube work, and I know a lot of you lot don't like it, and you love it. I mean, I don't like it. I'd prefer everyone to come over to Kick. But if we can make YouTube work, then we can make it work, and we'll start doing all sorts of. Oh, I missed that. There you go. You got a nice little present. Oh, was it gifted? Did you do some gifted stuff? Let me just have a look at this. It's not showing up on my screen. So if you did gift anything, whoever's the gifter, oh, here you go. I don't care. Send some memberships. Whoever got the membership, boom. Thank you. Share the love in the chat. Share the love in the chat. Yeah. If we can make it work, let's make it work. That's what I'm saying. But thank you for your generosity. Restaurants and takeaways were 3,144. So that's a skilled worker. That's what they're saying. 4,789 care homes, right? These are classed as a skilled worker, wiping someone's ass. And that's what I was going to say. They're getting from Africa. They're saying in 5 years' time, you can have a permanent visa. So what they do is they say, you're working for me 5 years. And that's like, what's it called? Like chattel slavery. You're working for me, you're doing this, and then you're going to get a visa out of it. I'm getting cheap work out of it. Everyone's a winner. Here you go, 5 years, indefinite leave, citizen and citizenship, and it's permanent. 3,144 restaurants and takeaways, pizza shops, chicken shops, kebab and balti, curry houses. These are people who can go to His Majesty's government and can say, I want a visa, a skilled worker visa, because the chef is a tandoori chef and he only does his tandoori a certain way. Or this guy is I don't know about pizza chef, because if we look at Caprino's Pizza, I bet you any money it is not a 5-star sitting pizza. I bet it's more like Morley's chicken. And that's what we need to get away with. 1,965 for ministers of religion. You could be like, it's cool. The Christians are coming. The Christian ministers are coming. But sadly, 93 organizations are through the mosques or Muslim. They're importing imams. And what happens when you import imam from Pakistan who's been there his whole entire life? He radicalizes the people. He will be looking at them and say, I don't know your Islam. Your Islam is rubbish. It's westernized. This is the true Islam. And where they're landing, of course, they're all landing in London, So this has boats versus briefcases. So we've got 36 to 50,000 crossings a year. That's what we're focused on, right? The politicians are saying they're going to stop the boats. They are being housed in all these hotels and is visible, discussed and debated. But the front door, the legal move, is 141,000 people. The Shelbys have spoken again. Thank you, Kirsten and Kirsten joined, and somebody else for the gifted memberships. Share your love in the chat. How many gifted memberships was it? Who sent? And this one is. They're going so fast. What is going on? Bigger. All right, I'm not even going to say that one. I don't even know. That's yeah. Anyway, the last person who got a gifted membership, welcome. Please, please, please show love to the gifter. Show love to the gifter. Dave the Rave, he's been gifted a membership from Kirsten. Here we go. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for joining the memberships. We can start getting the thing started very soon. Let's get it up to 20. Let's get 20 memberships, and then we'll do our secret meetings. We'll get 20 memberships, and then we're gonna hit the secret meetings. Not secret, but the memberships only. It's got to be secret somehow. But Kirsten gifted that to Dave the Rave, so thank you ever so much on that one as well. I've lost where I am. I've got it on one bit, but I've not got it on this bit. It's just full of gifted memberships now. They've also channeled them into those jobs through agencies. Yeah, the African agencies. The African agencies. We will go out to Nigeria. We'll get you, and you can come back here, and then that's how we do it. That's how it's mod. You could quite honestly say that you'd be stopping slavery if you stop these legal routes. But 141,000. So the net migration in 2023 was nearly 1 million, right? So 141,000 of that is not a small number. But then you've got to remember the kids, the spouse, the kids. Then you've got to remember the facilities and the services and the communities that they're going into, the housing, the NHS, the dentist, all of these things is another one coming away from us. What was that? I tried to get some people in the chat. It's a random. Yeah, it's random. It's random there. I thought it was. I thought it'd come out into the chat, and obviously it's gifting, isn't it? So you'd assume, but it's not. It's totally random. And I found out about that from the Americans. They do some mad. Oh, they're mad over there. The boats are a distraction. The real numbers are the ones coming in through the front door. One visa, many people. So you got the primary migrant, you got the spouse, and you got the children. In 2023, over 700,000 dependents. So, what did I say? 906,000. 1.6 million. In 2023, including the spouses and the children, it was 1.6 million people entered the country on a visa. Here we go. You arrive in Stansted Airport. You work for 5 years, but what they do is they say, you work for me, we will give you £100 a week spending money. We'll put you at 7 in a house. You can all contribute something to your own food. We'll pay for your gas, your electricity, and all your broadbands and all that shit. Don't you worry. You're contracted to us for 5 years. They pocket the rest of it. These people ain't work only £100 a week. They're only like £700. So the agency people per 10 are taking £500. So that's $5,000 cash there just because they've got a house and they can do this. Then after 5 years, because where should they go? I'm going to just do this shit for 5 years. Then I can get a visa, indefinite leave to remain. Then I'm just going to go on the dole, get a council house, all the other shit that goes on. They become indefinitely to remain, and they become a citizen of this country. See, the kebab shop owner in Bolton isn't just getting a chef; he's starting a permanent demographic shift. Multiply that by the 141,000. Stop the boats. What about the door? And it's important. It's important. But I did that a while ago. We must have gone through that in detail a long while ago, and yeah, nothing really happened from the back of it. And then all of a sudden now I'm seeing all these people. Oh, it's 12:30. I'm seeing all these people talking about it. And I'm like, hasn't that been sorted out yet? Crazy. I had it turned off. Mine, maybe others hadn't noticed. I didn't expect to gift myself. You gifted yourself. Gifted yourself. It says, click. What's this? Hang on a minute. Click allow Danny to allow gifting. It's automatically off. You have to click it on. Me, ordinance. It says click allow Danny to allow gifting. I've got to allow gifting, right? Right, let's allow gifting then. How are we doing that? Oh no, I just set up a break. How am I going to do this then? All right, I'm going to be coming off this in a minute. I think I've done it all. The most important bit that I wanted to go through was the reason behind my change in Reform UK. And I'm gonna do, I'll put my heart and soul into it, into making sure that the mission works. Not so much of anything else, but the mission's got to work, right? Create demographics, community moderator. It's not there. I haven't got anything here. To everyone in the chat. No. Oh, I'm looking. I'm here. I'm here, ordinance. I'm here looking, thinking, where's all these gifting things going on? I'm not the best, right? I'm not the best at all this stuff. One day, one day we'll have the Charlie Kirk show there, won't we? We'll have the producers and all the yous that will be like, I remember when you did it all your own. It wasn't much better now. It's our accounts, mate. You have to allow gifting to us. So everyone put on your gifting. Go onto your accounts, do your gifting, and then when somebody gifts randomly, it will go in you if you've allowed it to happen. That's such a thing. Do you know what? That's a bad on kick, right? Just send your kicks. You just go there, you just send your kicks. What are we doing? That's that one. No, you can't see this bit of it for some reason. Just get kicks. Send 500 kicks. Sorted. It's all there. And subs. You can send subs and it just goes to, how do the subs work in here? Don't know. I'll find out though. I will find out. It's really weird. It's me and me. Really, really weird. But I think I've done and said everything. I think you've said anything. You have to accept gifting from your own accounts, Danny. You can gift free. You can gift free to 10 monthly. Oh, can I? Right, people. We have got. How am I going to do that? We're going to have a look. We're going to look on the old thing. How do I gift? As a creator, this is just now going to be the wind down. It's going to be really like, we'll go through I want to go through a video. Let's go through a video. Can I gift memberships to my audience? Let's see, because if I can, then I'm shoving it out there. We're getting that 20 today. Yes, if you mean YouTube, you can give memberships to viewers on your own channel. During a live stream or premiere, you can purchase in a batch of memberships and YouTube distributes them. The recipients get 1 month for your membership. No, but I want to choose individual people. I want people to know I'm gifted to you. I want to create the drama. No, I really don't. For live stream, that could work nicely. How do I do it though? I do it. This is now the worst bits of the stream, right? Where I'm just looking. You can't see my phone. Live stream. Click next to the chat box. Oh, I haven't even got. Oh, I can get a chat box actually. Oh man. I'll do it. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to set it up for next time. Next time, I think we're going to do it on Tuesday, tomorrow, and I'll set it up and I'll just send out a whole heap of gifts. So I wonder if they're going to try and Oh no. Oh, I'm not on that. I'm not on that. Don't worry. You see me there? I'm on this one. You see me there? I was just like, hang on a minute, my OBS has gone. Where's my OBS gone? Somebody else has done something. Submariner, welcome to the resistance. Shelby told me some good people were coming in. And do you know what? You are one of them, my friend. Big up everyone watching, everyone from the sides. We appreciate every single one of you. I'm just listening on my 420, listening in. 420 FM, this is what we are. We don't mind. Do you go to the event in London? The 420 event in London. It was wild this year, I heard it was wild. What was I going to show you? I did have a video, but Burnham, that's what it was. Burnham, Ukraine, before we go. Right, we've got 10 minutes, and I'm going to show you something that's mental. We're going to use the BBC because we don't care. Ah, man. Let me move me in a little bit. No, do you know what? No. We're going to do it in this one. We're going to Brave. I don't know why I went into that for. Burnham. I don't know what it is about this country and Ukraine, right? From the very, very first day of the incursion, this country has been up Zelensky's butt crack for so long. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. We are going to be looking at this now. So, Andy Burnham, let's just wait. Andy Burnham has pledged unwavering support for Ukraine in his first bilateral meeting with Volodymyr Zelensky. Do you imagine this meeting goes? Two people who shouldn't be prime minister and president of a country. One's an actor, the other one's a sixth form politics student. Shouldn't be the leaders at all. Sitting down, having a conversation about world matters. My throat's really going now. The only events I go to is UTK. And they're good events to do. Absolutely. During the meeting on HMS Queen Elizabeth in Portsmouth, Burnham has stated the UK is with Ukraine 100% and vowed to honour all previous commitments. So this is where I start thinking to myself. And I start thinking, all right, and fine. Right? Then I think to myself, Then I start thinking to myself this, right? And that is, oh, come off this one. Then I start asking myself, how much Russian investment is there in the UK? The official UK government, remember they took away Stamford Bridge as well from what was his name? What was his name? I can see him, Abramovich. They took it away from him, but the UK's government data indicates that Russian nationals have invested more than 27 billion in the United Kingdom. All right, so we just changed this. I'm just doing this. I don't even know, right? I don't even know. So I'm just going to change it up. So it's 27 billion of Russia. As of the end of 2024, the stock of foreign direct investment, whatever the hell that is, from Ukraine in the UK was 11 million. So we are prepared to say, do you know what? Slava, Ukrainian, all of that stuff. Fuck Russia. But if Russia took all their investment out, we would be 27 billion pounds in the red. If they just took if they said, you know what, we don't want to be here. We don't want to be people who hate us this much. 11 million pound is all that Ukraine has ever given us. So the key announcements made was a stone cloak transfer. The UK will share the intellectual property. Now this is going to be like America. What's happening now with America and Israel? The intellectual property for its tablet-sized electronic warfare system, enabling UK to mass produce signal jammers that block Russian drone detection. So not only have we given 100 and whatever billion pounds to Ukraine over however many years it was, Andy Burnham has now said the project that we have been doing, we're going to give you the intellectual property to it. The intellectual properties. We're going to show you how to build it. And then if you, out of some madness, won the war, then your military industrial complex would mass produce it and it will be the drone that won the war. Why haven't we sold it to them? They've got a lot of money. They're getting money left, right, and centre from the EU, from the IMF, from America, from NATO, from the UN. They're getting money. They're not poor. So why haven't we just said, you know what, we'll sell you these things. We will sell it to you. We've already given you a lot of money. But no. No. Burnham thinks it's acceptable to give away the blueprints of some of the most, probably for the future, some of the most technical industrial military complex ideas and products that the world's going to know. And we've given it to Ukraine. Military training. The leaders met over 200 Ukrainian personnel participating in exercise Sea Breeze, focus on the countermine operations in the Black Sea. Discussions covered joint drone production and, no, it wasn't joint drone production. It was literally, we're going to give you our ideas and you can build them. Ukraine's urgent need for ballistic missile interceptors to protect critical infrastructure. If Russia wanted Ukraine to crumble, it would be crumbled now. Burnham, the fifth British Prime Minister to deal with the conflict, emphasised that the UK support remains steadfast despite the leadership change following from Keir Starmer. But if we go down to here, I'll show you on a map. This is what people don't know as well. And oh man, hopefully I don't get... No, I'm not going to do it. But anyway, we've got a lot of Ukrainians in the UK over the last 3 years who have been trained by the British Army under everyone's nose. This is why Russia brings their warships so close, because they want to know where they are being trained, and it's in the south of England. Anyway, one of them's up in East Anglia ways. And these are the two places where the Russian warships have been. So when you get people like John Ely saying that Russia is coming and encroaching onto our waters, they're trying to provoke us into war. They're really not. They just want to know how many people that we're training. And if they can do it from a point where it is inside our waters a little bit, then they're going to do that each and every time. But the best thing is not to do it, not to train them, because Russia's intercontinental missiles can actually reach us. I think it's 4 minutes from St. Petersburg to London. A 4-minute warning. Andy will be handing out more of our tax. He'll be handing out everything. He'll be handing out everything. The Budapest Memorandum, we were always going to defend Ukraine. Russians knew that. They were part of the... No. Budapest Memorandum. Budapest Memorandum, if I'm right in this, it said security. It said so it's a nuclear one. So they said that remove your nuclear assets or whatever, and to Ukraine, and we will defend you. But they also said to Russia, listen, you keep your borders there, you keep where you are there, and we're all nice. But then we didn't, did we? The UN, every single year from that, decided to encroach their borders. He put their military personnel, bombs and all sorts of shit closer and closer and closer and closer to their border. Not 1 inch, you got to remember that, not 1 inch closer towards Russia. That was what was said. So were we always to defend them under NATO or under the UN or whoever it is that we belong to? Yeah, but not personally. There was never I don't think there was anyway, was there? United Kingdom, commonly known as the UK, no shit. Commonly known as we are a Neolithic country, and I didn't want to do that. Maybe I'll look into it, maybe, but I don't think it was us as the UK. UK is a breadbasket of war. Remember when I said that? Ukraine is a breadbasket of Europe. Straight away. Rice, wheat, and coffee went up. Yeah, it's they're a very fertile country. They are a very fertile country, but I don't know. I've not seen too much of an issue with not getting our stuff. So maybe they were bullshitting a little bit. I don't know. But yeah, it is very fertile. They've got very good land there, full of minerals. BlackRock love it so much they invest into it now. We're basically at war with Russia because of these. Yeah, exactly. Exactly that. And they try and say, they want your children, they want your grandchildren, they want people to go and join the army to fight their wars. Well, sorry, no. Not having it. I'll get my people to defend the country. I'll even have a go. What's the worst that can happen? I'm going to die. I'll die defending my country. I think that's quite an honourable way of me doing it because it's the country. But not sending people to these bullshit places because you lot wanted to just be weak-minded. No, not doing it. Cold War never ended. It's just gone a bit lukewarm. That's actually right, though, isn't it? factually, because of Afghanistan. It's finished now, but yeah, it is. It's crazy. Have you seen Laura Luma? Her bits in there. We'll do it tomorrow. It's come up to 1 o'clock now. I'm going to say goodbye, but I'm going to do all the chat. Russia has given Iran missile system that can hit the UK and America. I'm trying to work out how many miles it is. How many miles it is and what system they could use to do it. But again, Iran are not our enemies. Russia's not our enemies unless we make them our enemies. So how about not making them our enemies? How about that? You know, if them not want to fight, let them fight. If Israel wants to go and nuke Iran because they're scared at one point they might, even though they've not done it in the whole entire time, that they might come and nuke them. And then America's saying, well, actually, we've got to do that because you're going to destabilize the region. So we'll come out with a bigger. If they want to do that, let them do it. It's not my problem. I shouldn't have to be paying high fucking fuel, 20 pence in the gallon, because America wanted to have a scrap with Iran. He wanted to close down the Strait of Hormuz. I'm not having that. I'm not having that. So if Russia has given it to Iran and they can strike us, maybe that's them just to say, do you know what? Chill out. Don't get yourself involved, lads. Oh, there's loads of IRGC in London. There's loads of fucking Syrians too. I'll actually say there's more Syrian terrorists that are living in the UK that have come here on the boats than any type of the Iranian IRGC. But you know what? Get rid of them as well. Get rid of the whole lot of them. Everyone who's come here, who has been born in Iran, who's been born in Syria, who's been born in any of them, African nations who are up in wars. If you're born in any of them places, then you go back. Then we don't have a terrorist problem here. We don't have to worry about the people on the streets here. It's got to worry about our own. 4-minute nuke warning. Enough time for the MPs to reach their bunkers. Exactly. Enough time for them to do it and say, actually, people, do not do the warning until 2 minutes. So they're running into their bunkers. They've got into their bunkers. They're not even going to do the warning system for us until it's 2 minutes in. So then we've only got a 2-minute warning. So we're dead. Wiped out. China is sending equipment and boots to help Russia and Iran too. It's the BRICS nations. Iran wanted to join the BRICS nations and somebody vetoed it. I can't remember who it was. But all of these people around there is the BRICS nations. And if you want to... Mr. Owen has joined the family. Welcome to these crazy live streams. I hope you liked it. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for joining. It's always a pleasure. Now, these streams are different from the rest of it anyway, so keep yourself coming. Get yourself involved. As Curse 10 said, a little while ago, all the lurkers, all the people lurking, get yourself involved in the chat. Unless you're at work. And if you're at work, my friend, it's not long left. 3 o'clock and the sun will start rising. I can't remember what I was saying. So we'll go to the chat. Obviously, London would be a target. Any locations there wouldn't be. Not from Russia, right? Russia's, as I said, it's got £27 billion in the UK. Iran's probably got a lot of people, a lot of assets and that in the UK. So I'm a firm believer of that's probably saving us on a lot of things. People wouldn't want to come and bomb us because essentially there's a lot of their people there and there's a lot of assets. You got to remember. Yeah, I can't remember his name. Potkins. He's... can I get his YouTube up? I can't, but I'm going to put it in the... If you come back tomorrow, I'm going to put his YouTube up in the description, right? But he knows a lot about the Iran and all the terrorists and that. And he said so many times that so many leaders have penthouses, they have all of these mansions in London, blah, blah, blah. This is where they're putting the money, this is where they're extracting the wealth. So they're not going to come and bomb us because they want to try and blend in here, to live here after they've done what they've done over there. So I think that we would be safe from any of these things. But if we're not, of course, London, the south, it'll just be like what Germany's tried to do. Hit the Port of Dover, hit London, hit East Anglia, then go to up in Scotland where they've got Trident, apparently, and a few other places just for good measure. Russia has always stationed intelligence gathering ships around the UK, especially in the Clyde approaches, trying to detect our ballistic nuclears, going on patrol. Nothing. No, it's not. It's not. But they always say, "Oh, we've got Russian warships shot at us," and they always try and hype it up. Even from, I remember that from probably 2000s that Russian, we had to scramble Typhoon. We don't scramble Typhoons anymore. We had to scramble 2 Typhoon airplanes to shadow the Russian Navy fleet. And it's like two ships. The government report Russian movements only when it suits them. Yeah, of course. But you got to remember, Russian are fuckers as well. And they start killing their own people in our country with poisons that could, that could have been drastic for. It wasn't Colchester, was it? Where was it? Where was it? Novichok, Shrewsbury. Could have been drastic, absolutely drastic. The Russian system has 18,000 kilometers range. Right now we've got details. 18,000. How? My contact's coming out now as well. Oh, so it could hit us then. It's 6,500 kilometers. Well, it's not even that far, to be fair. Look at this. I don't know if you can see it. Here is Iran. No, you can't see it. But down the bottom bit, it's 68 hours to drive. My contact's going to come out so dry. I can't see anything now. 50% success rate. It would not explode on takeoff. Well, if it happens, doesn't it? We've got these bastards in control, and we can't really do much about them. People trying to report Zach Polanski for Kill Nigel tweets on 999, being told to phone 101 instead. Yeah, well, in Maidstone, this was years ago. Let me just get the article up. Here we go. Get the article up. So this was 2023, I believe. I can't see it. I think it's 2023. So you can't see that either. Let's just make it massive. So it says Kent police under fire for listing rape as a non-emergency crime on a poster at Maidstone police station. I know that as a fact because I took a picture of it myself. The force was made to remove a poster at the police station that listed rape, sexual assault and domestic abuse along with antisocial behaviour and compliments and complaints. So here was the thing. Inquiries can be made online via the Kent Police website, antisocial behaviour, complaints and compliments, contacting police, Kent Police, crime, domestic abuse, fraud, hate crime, missing persons, and then like an afterthought, like, let's just, rape and sexual assault. That was on there. I don't know if they said, oh, I know they said they took it down, but they did at one point say it was false. And it just so happens I was in the shopping centre. It's only over the road from it. And someone gave me a bell and was like, go to it, and there's courts next door as well. Go to the police station and have a check on this. So I went and had a check on it, and also Canterbury had it as well. Canterbury had the same because it's all under Kent Police, but they had the same poster that listed rape and sexual assault as a non-emergency crime. 2023. What's changed? Read the Budapest Memorandum, Danny. It's worth reading. I will. I'm going to read that tonight. I am. Because there's something in there that I didn't say, and what I did say, I think is wrong. So I am definitely going to read it. I like that stuff anyway. Zach Polanski is condoning the murder of a sitting politician. Of the incitement, wouldn't it? It'd be incitement. Inciting murder. Russia's just becoming a financial enclave of China. Russia is just becoming a financial enclave of China. So they are, I think it's the other way around, no? I think China needs Russia more than the other way, more than that, because of the, or would it be that way? Because China, when was this? This was probably last year. I was reading stuff and they were saying that the birth rate that they've got through the one-child policy that they had, they're now entering that period where there's not a lot of people. And this woman was like, there's never 1 billion people in China. There's nowhere near. And she was like saying it's probably, 300 million or something. It's something really fucking small. So they were like, everything is essentially a lie, but they like to be leeching off of people. So they'll be exporting to the UK and doing all that. It's all good and gravy, and it looks like it's very productive. It's producing a lot. But when you look at it in China, it's not the high status. It's like, just really shitty areas because they haven't got the money and they haven't got the situations. But yeah, I don't know. It's something like that. You're coming too technical at this time of night now. My mind's fried. The Iranians would be, and that's why they went to Africa as well. You see, Africa is an enclave of China, 100%. And that's why Tedros, who of the World Health Organization during COVID, that's why he was very favorable to China, because when he was the Prime Minister of Ethiopia, he took the loans from China and Ethiopia can't finance it back. So China was like, right, cool, that's what we wanted. Now we want our military stuff here. We're going to put factories here and all that type of stuff because there's not enough workers in China. That's what I believe. And this is what this, I can't remember what the woman was called, but that's what she was saying, essentially, that there's no people in China. Well, there is, but not as many as they say. Putin would piss off every oligarch at once. The UK-US policy on the deployment of nuclear ballistic missiles, they must have confirmation of a nuclear ground strike by hostile forces. Yeah, but would they do it? I don't. Do you know what? This used to be back in the day when there used to be rules of engagement. I don't think there's any rules in engagement these days. I think they just do whatever they feel. Might is right. That's what they're doing. That's what Trump does. The old days, George W. Bush, he went into Iraq and he bombed the shit out of it. Was it the most amount of bombs in a short period of time? Where he flattened half of it, right? And I know the Iraq war went on for a long time, but that was important. That was like a show of strength. Trump, He's like, oh, we've got the mother of all bombs. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And then he rolls back on it. Oh, we're going to get a deal. Well, there's no deal. This is what, 4 months in, 5 months in? There's no deal. There's never going to be a deal. The Strait of Hormuz is closed. People are now going off to the top, the Arctic Circle, to try and come round. But what happened? Russia, they said that that's theirs. They wanted to control that new shipping lane. So then they're going to put it on the trains. They put it on the trains and try to go over to Saudi. Great. Or they try and put it on the trains to try and take it to us. But who owns the tracks around there? The Belt and Road Initiative? China. It's a big circle that we just fucked ourselves. It wasn't that long ago they were scrambled to protect Rivet Joint. Six and a half thousand kilometers. China owns Russia at this point. They buy all the oil and gas for super cheap and sell the super cheap energy via to us cheap. Goods as it is, we can all afford because of our heavy taxes to fund. But they sold it to cheap. I don't think it's cost. And then you got to remember as well, they sell a lot to India. They sell a hell of a lot of oil, of gas, oil, I don't know which one, to India. A hell of a lot. I remember when they're trying, oh, you can't do it. They're having a war against Iran, against Ukraine. They're like, fuck it, we're buying it. It's cheap. That's what we should be. I was brought up with a nuclear threat, 1964. No point worrying about anything you can't control. Shock and awe and champagne. And that's the problem. That's the thing of the 64 children who did generally have, there was this nuclear war threat everywhere, right? Cuba, Russia, us probably. And it's kind of like that attitude sunk in. Cool, if we can get to a shout, we can. It's only 20 years, 20 years post-war. So they're like, we've already been through the war. They want to fuck about with us with atomic energies. No. Bob Marley sung a beautiful song about that. Redemption song. James Blunt was blunt. Oh my God, was he really? Was he really a commander? Do you believe that? The guy's like, that's fucking weird. Fucking weird. It was him. He had fucking weird songs. And then, what was the other guy? Belfield. Saying was it Belfield? No, that's Alex Belfield. Bellingham was saying. It was them two that were dominating the charts. But yeah, cool. We've spoken enough. Everyone who is watching, everyone's on here. Thank you for watching. Everyone on X, everyone on Kick. But please get over to Kick if you can. I'm going to be signing it off now. We've done a couple of hours. This is the new kind of software, so it's kind of held up well. Because the problem before was I couldn't get it out. I press go live and it just wouldn't go out nowhere. And I wanted to do this. This for a creator, putting these things here is very important. Very, very important. For me, it's very important. That's what StreamYard, that's what they've got on the whole monopoly of things. It's putting up your comments on the screen. Now this is all my labels and all that. I had to fucking build all this stuff out, and I couldn't do it with this one, but I found a way. When there's a will, there's a way, right? I found it. Bedingfield, yeah, Bedingfield, Daniel Bedingfield. That's it, and his sister Natasha. Yes, that was it. That was the one. So yeah, so we've got all these things coming up. So now I'm on the good one where it can get it out. I'm going to schedule a lot as well because we're going to be doing Sunday. I don't know. I'm thinking Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Or I might change it to Sunday. I'm going to change it to Sunday, Tuesday, and Friday. We will have our own Free Speech Friday where it's we do what we want. Come on, it's Friday. This will be our day just to do it. And Free Speech Friday will be a panel show because I can get panels on here as well. Again. So Free Speech Friday will be a panel show. I am highly, highly, highly censored. So please, can you put your clicks up and your shares and all of that stuff so the algorithm thinks that, hang on a minute, let's have a look at his channel again. I think we've made a mistake. And then we can start getting out of there. But if we can't, you just remember, I'm going to put a card up tomorrow or the next day of it. So it'll be Tuesday. We'll do it tomorrow. It'll be tomorrow, Sunday, Tuesday, Friday. Friday is a panel show. Every week at 10:30 or 11. If I'm not on at 10:30, I'm on at 11. It's just because the routines, the bedtime routines, sometimes just don't go to plan, especially in the half term, or summer term, full term, whatever. So just bear with me on that one. But coming from September, we'll do it at 10:30 every Sunday, Tuesday, Friday. I've got to put it in my own head as well. People, it's always a pleasure. I want you to think about the video of reform, and please, with that video of reform as well, please can you send it out as well? It's on X. I'm going to put it out on Insta. I'm going to put it out on Facebook. Please can you send that message? Because I think the most important thing to win this country back is to know what the best, worst option is. Not to care about the party, not to care about everything else and say this is the most perfect party, of just saying I'm going to hold my nose because there's a bigger fight that I want to fight. I don't think that's wrong. I think that's the right thing to do. I think it's a responsible thing to do. But people, the last few I've done myself in, didn't I? We won't be on Kick for the next month. Now we've got the memberships. No, we're going to do a stream. I'm going to get 10 memberships out. We've got 20. We'll start doing them ones. Ordnance King, it's always a pleasure. Please come back again. Hit the likes on the way out and all of that. I'm getting better at all these things, you know. I'm learning from the mods. Mods, always, as always, a pleasure. Thank you for keeping the chat moving. Thank you for keeping the calls to actions out. And you know what? You lot just make the stream and the chat go a lot easier because I don't have to think about it. So thank you for spending your time modding for me. Really, honestly, I am. I know it might sound a bit like a piss take, but honestly, it's such a big help for me knowing that you guys do what I don't even have to think about it. People come in being dickheads and all that. You just get rid of them. You sort the problem out. And I do appreciate it. So everyone, thank you all. Oh, we used to detect Russian submarines going on patrol off of Iceland Faroe Gap. Lots comings and goings. It was standard. It's almost hilarious, like buses coming and going. They do a lot of patrols, don't they? And I don't think a lot of them were malicious. Take care, UTK. I don't care. Thank you for joining the membership, even though it was a gifted to yourself. Good night, Kirsten. We've got to do a meetup as well. We've got to do a meetup very, very soon. I'm gonna get Roy on there and everything like that. I'll get everyone together. Take care, mate. Dizzy, have you just come, or was you hiding in the darkness? Either still, good seeing your name popping up, and I'll see you tomorrow at 10:30 or 11 o'clock. But anyway, thank you, and I'll speak to you all very, very soon.